Joining us is Nicolas De Koninck, a recruitment expert at EUROCONTROL Maastricht. You are launching a campaign for recruiting new air traffic controllers. What are you looking for in terms of skills and competence for these people?
Actually, we're looking at a set of skills and competencies. So we're focusing at young people. To be a good air traffic controller, you have to have some specific skills that you need to develop throughout the training and afterwards in the job as well. What is important is that you are able to take decisions. It's very important. An air traffic controller needs to decide sometimes on the spot, so you need to be able to take decisions. That's one first important aspect. In combination, it has to be someone that has to be able to deal with stress. So good stress management is very important as well, because you might end up in stressful situations. So I also think at spatial awareness, because you're looking at a 2D screen, but you need to be able to think 3D. Because you're talking about the airspace, so you need to be able to think in 3D. It's very important as well. Apart from that, I also think that resilience is very important, because also during training, sometimes there might be some difficult moments in the job as well, and that all comes from passion. We don't need people with background in aviation, but we need people with passion for aviation, that are dedicated, showing resilience. It's very important to be successful in the training and to become an air traffic controller.
So far, did you have some difficulties to find the right people for this job?
Yes. It's not easy to find the right people for several reasons. We haven't been recruiting trainee air traffic controllers for a while, so we need to make it known again to the public. In addition, EUROCONTROL is a very strong brand name within aviation, but outside less people know it. That's why we're developing this recruitment campaign. And last year we received like 800 CVs. But when I look at the future and the future needs that we have for student air traffic controllers, every year we should expect 24 to 33 young people starting the training. That means that we need to double the number of CVs, not only in terms of quality, but also in terms of quantity. We need more CVs and better quality of CVs.
How many job places will be available in the next few years?
Well, every year there'll be 2 intakes. So as you know, once you've gone through the selection process, there's the training process of 2.5 to 3 years. And there are 2 intakes every year. There's going to be in February, March and October. Normally we'll have 8 to 10 students starting in February, March and 16 to 24 in October. So each year it's about 24 to 32 students starting the training process.
What is the rate of success for the candidates who apply for this job?
It's not because you start the training that you also will become a licensed air traffic controller, because you have different parts in the training process, and as a candidate you're also assessed throughout the training. And so approximately the last few years, if I look at the last 10 years, in average about 50% of the candidates is successful. But we are doing as much as possible to increase that percentage, and our idea and our, let's say, ambition is to bring it somewhere to between 60 and 70% of people being successful and becoming a licensed air traffic controller.
A question that maybe can interest someone. How much an air traffic controller earns?
Let's say that I prefer not to mention any amounts, but the good thing about becoming an air traffic controller is that you're also paid while you are studying or while you are trained to become an air traffic controller. So as of day one, when you start the training, you are being paid. So you have a monthly salary that increases throughout the training. And then once you receive your license to become an air traffic controller, you receive a proper salary actually, not as a student but as an air traffic controller. And let's say that this is generally speaking above average, but it's not purely the salary. I look at the total package. You work in a very challenging environment. The airspace that we are controlling in Maastricht is a very challenging one. It's the Benelux and northwestern Germany, which is a very busy zone in air traffic in Europe. You work in a very international environment. We have over 30 nationalities in Maastricht, and actually you're very well paid. So it's the combination of things which are really, let's say, which make it a rewarding position.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.